What's up, guys? Podcast Paradise, episode 6. This is coming straight at you from the basement of Dan. And today we have with us the man himself.
What's up, podcast people? Dan Farnworth.
And we have who has been our biggest mainstay guest for his, third straight episode.
You know it. It's your boy, Jonah James O'Neill. J. Jonah Jameson is my buddies call me apparently, but I'm back. I'm better than ever. We're here to rock in this podcast paradise.
All right. We have to start off with the funniest current event in a long time, I think, which is the Jeff Bezos divorce and subsequent sext that have been revealed.
Oh.
Wow.
I was not aware of that second.
Yeah.
I was.
So let me just read off a couple of choice quotes from my man Jeff Bezos. I love you, alive girl. I will show you with my body and my lips and my eyes very soon.
Mm-hmm. So the first thing that comes to mind when I hear that is lizard person. But,
I don't know. That's just like textbook like old people sext.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, again, not to name names, but we saw some old people sexts recently. Yeah. And they were pretty much like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. But we also have this one where he says, I want to smell you. I want to breathe you in. I want to hold you tight.
Yeah.
I want to kiss your lips. I love you. I am in love with you. And we also have reports of them being in one of the most exclusive restaurants in the Los Angeles metropolitan area. Quote, making out like a bunch of teenagers.
Sick.
Nice.
You know, I took AP English, so I know that is a hefty bit of parallelism in that sext. A lot of I wants. It's very poetic, Jeff. I gotta appreciate that.
Yeah, and that is not the only text that mentions him wanting to ingest her scent either. He
is he a sniffer?
Yeah. Because people always say that like Zuckerberg is the lizard man, but those texts just they read exactly like a lizard or an alien trying to speak as a human. They make no goddamn sense. What does "I love you, alive girl" mean?
I don't know what that
That
means.
makes no sense.
I think once you get into that certain billionaire class where you're so far away from the average person that you just forget how to even act like a normal human being. Like Mark Zuckerberg,
just, like,
Jeff
acquired
Bezos.
The lizard DNA. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like the thing with Zucky is that we've seen a lot more of him, like, publicly. Like, I don't know if I'm just not caught up, but, like, I feel like I haven't really seen Jeff Bezos talk publicly that much as compared to Zuckster. So I think they both have the same lizard energy, but...
Well, Zuck also definitely looks more like a lizard.
Oh, totally. Jeff looks more like a Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
And then
he looks
Zuck
like Pitbull.
Yeah.
Dude,
have you heard the Pitbull version of Africa?
No.
He made it for the Aquaman movie. It was trash.
I mean, if Pitbull was just like 25% more feeble, it would be Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, it's like if Pitbull went through chemo.
Yeah.
Also,
only a couple rounds.
Yeah, not too much.
I will say this for our man Jeff. Apparently, though they have not been released, there have been some nude pictures acquired of him, and he is quote quite big.
Good for him.
So
yeah,
our man Jeff is packing heat.
Now,
do you want to know something dumb?
What?
If he loses, I think
he might lose half his money.
Yeah, but even if he does, he's still the 4th richest person in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
And his wife, I heard on the news today, richest woman on earth.
Yeah, if she gets half his money, because like they'd be tied for money, and she'd be like 4th along with him. Like that's a very big testament to how far ahead from everyone else that he was. Like,
yeah, he's what is he at? 132 billion right now.
No idea.
And,
I stopped keeping track.
I've heard from a lot of different people that he's also a bit stingy compared to his billionaire colleagues.
Stingy, like,
how so?
Well, you can look at
you mean like for the workers or for his wife?
For the workers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I thought you meant like to his wife. Like,
no.
Bitch, you can't get that Gucci bag.
No.
Yeah, I thought you meant like like he wasn't like spending around the house, and he was like,
Oh
we gotta save
no,
money.
the opposite. No, he's not spending in his own company. His workers are underpaid. And
Yes.
meanwhile, he's just as rich as possible.
Yeah, like I always see posts that are like the headline, like, "Oh, if he'd lose half of his money, he's still the fourth richest man." And then like next to that, like workers had to pee in bottles because they couldn't
Like-
they couldn't afford their bathroom breaks or whatever.
I'm fine with the fact that you're rich. You own a very important company. You own a company that is very, very prevalent. You see Amazon packages all the time, so it's no surprise that like he's making a ton of money. But does he really need that much money?
I mean, like my thing is like, if you have that much money, what the fuck do you do with your day?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Well,
he's not going to spend that.
I think the reason I think the most valid criticism about him that's come up is he's literally said on record, like, I have so much money, I have no idea what to do with it. And yet he could very easily, I don't know, solve the Flint water crisis.
Oh,
he could do
easily.
that.
Our government can do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying just him alone,
Yeah.
he could be like, I have so much money, I couldn't possibly use it. Let's like pull a Warren Buffett or Bill Gates.
Yeah, pull Bill Gates and like
Yeah.
actually fund some research.
Yeah, tackle a humanitarian crisis.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he could easily do that, but he's like, what's charity? I don't know what to do with my money.
Yeah, that's why he's getting into space travel now, because he's like, I don't know what to do with it. People are like, yeah, well, how about like instead of building rockets, you like, I don't know, fix the shit that's going on Earth.
Like, yeah,
Replace the pipes in Flint, Michigan.
yeah, that's really stupid because he could so easily solve that shit, but he's just like, why not?
That's how like all the billionaires are, though. Like no one wants to touch that for some reason.
I mean, are you talking about Flint specifically or like humanitarian in general?
Flint specifically.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. How would you even go about like doing that?
Well, I'm pretty sure isn't it just like, I'm not an expert, but isn't it just basically the Flint story is that they didn't have money, so they started cutting from the water cleanliness?
No, it's what happened was I don't quote me on this, but like for some reason I don't know if it was a corporation or what or just government, they rerouted the Flint water supply, so because of that they're getting really dirty water and like they don't have it like they like if they like there are two solutions. One is to like change their water supply, which is very difficult, and the second is to get like a really good filtration system, which again is very difficult because like their water is so just awful, and like a new filtration system would be really like it'd have to be like a super high end one to get all the shit out of that water.
Also, something that I don't think anyone should be excused for in the United States is the use of lead pipes still.
Yeah, that shit's dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember back when I was like a little kid and like lead, like even back then, like we knew like how awful lead was.
Yeah.
Like they were like, oh, if you have toys with lead paint on them, like get them out of the house because they're bad for your kids. But they're like, oh, water pipes with lead? What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Like if you can't even have a toy with lead, why would you want to have the thing that is literally pumping water? It's like one of the most vital things for humans into your house, like made of lead. Like
Yeah, you
that
don't
just
want
makes no
that.
sense to me.
Yeah, you don't want that stuff poisoned. Something that you rely on a daily basis.
Yeah, like something as essential and like basic as water is just like, how could you like, if you're gonna shirk on something, it shouldn't be water.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
that is what you need as a human.
There's a lot of other things you can cut corners on, and water is just not one of those things.
Yeah, but yeah, Jeffy B, he's in a rough situation. But if those nudes come out,
I want to see them.
yeah,
so
show
bad.
them to me. Max, you're gonna be my lifeline. I want you to like the second they come out on Twitter, snap them to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever there's a celeb even male nude, I just take a peek just to see what
I've never paid
just
that.
see
I
what we're
always feel
rocking
bad.
with. Well, I'll tell you, one of the best ones I've ever seen was the basketball player Greg Oden, and it literally almost looked like he had 3 legs. Like he just had an absolute schlong.
He had a
sick.
shotgun dick.
Yeah, I'm very glad I saw that. It improved the quality of my life by like 0.5%.
I feel like it kind of sucked to have a dick that big.
Yeah.
Like that'd be such an inconvenience.
Yeah, they're anal is probably just out of the question at that point.
Oh yeah,
You
huge
just,
tears.
you just can't.
Well,
That
like putting it all the way in general is probably out of the question.
oh yeah, probably.
And now, do you think that's all Jeff Bezos' dick? Do you think that's all natural, or do you think that's from penis enhancement?
No, it's definitely all.
I'm gonna hope that it's all natural.
I mean, he's a billionaire, so I mean, like,
But
I haven't
really
even
the only
considered
people
that.
that get like dick enhancement are like porn stars, right? Or like people with micro penises.
There are people who are like sad.
Yeah,
like Jeff Bezos.
like Jeff Bezos.
He's not sad.
Yeah, I feel like
Now
when
he
you're
is.
that rich, like you don't care how big your dick is.
Yeah, no. When you have richest man in the world money, it doesn't matter. He can
That's
pick up
true.
chicks left and right.
Yeah, like
probably.
he goes to the store and he buys that big dick energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, there's no way. I forget what chick he's having the affair with, but there's no way that
Oh, he had
she.
an affair? Is that why
Yeah,
he's getting
these are
divorced?
the sex. Yeah,
Oh, I thought that was his wife.
no,
Oh.
but there's no way she's like looking at these and being like, yeah, smell me, like this is turning me on.
Yeah.
Like it's all about that money and apparently that dick.
Yeah, I guess. But like
added bonus.
smell me.
God, that,
I mean,
It's
if Jeff
just me
Bezos,
smelling.
if he was paying me, I'd let him smell me. I don't care.
oh my God.
Yeah, dude, I would totally let Jeff Bezos smell me.
Yeah,
Dude,
Well-
I'd let him smell my pubes for some cash.
yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to lie. If I was talking to a girl and she said that she wanted to smell me, I would be incredibly uncomfortable. I don't know I don't know how I'd react to that.
Okay, in this situation, is it like in like a slew of things that she wants to do, or is it just like I want to smell you?
It's
and that's
exactly how he did it, where he goes like, I want to smell you, I want to breathe you in, I want to hold you, I want to kiss you. That
I don't think. I don't think I'd be like repulsed by that, but that would not be a turn on for me.
I might have to cut off communication at that point.
I don't-
That to me is like in one of those things where it's like we're starting to get into like creepy stalker. Once you say you want to sniff me,
Yeah,
Like,
you
I-
know
I-
what?
It wouldn't devastate it for me, but it would definitely be a step in the wrong direction.
You know what I think is really funny, and we'll talk about this again very very much later on the podcast.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have a treat coming at the end.
I guess it's like a cliche of like dudes smelling like girls' panties.
Yeah, I've never got that.
I've never understood that.
Yeah,
Like that does not seem appealing to me. Like I've never like been like, oh dude, that chick, wonder what her panties smell like.
I mean, if it's like the perfect chick, like it's the chick that you just like, it's just she's so perfect. I can somewhat understand it.
I honestly can't.
But
yeah.
even-
There's no universe where I'm like isn't that in one of the In-Betweeners episodes where he puts panties up to his nose to
Oh yeah,
to stimulate it while he jacks off?
It's when Will's mom goes away. And like, and Jay's like,
yeah.
oh, I'm gonna smell your
Yes,
mom's panties while
yes.
I jerk off.
oh,
Oh no! And then Simon sniffs them in the bathroom. Remember when he jerks off before
Yes,
he fucks that girl?
yeah.
I forgot-
Before he
yeah.
tries to fuck.
I
Yeah.
forgot about the fucking like the MILF jokes in that
All
show.
right, let's get off the In-Betweeners because many people can't relate to that.
Good
But
show.
I highly recommend. I
Yeah.
still need to watch the movies, but I highly recommend.
Yeah.
In-Betweeners. Godly British comedy.
Yes, but back on the panty sniffing subject, I just like
don't
that
understand it.
nature of like the only stimulant I need to jack off right now is to sniff panties. Like I've
yeah.
never.
I feel like you gotta be super lonely for that to work. Like you gotta have like you gotta have like never even like touched a girl for that to like work on you.
Or a reptile.
Yeah, or
Or a robot.
or a fish.
Or just not a human.
Yeah, but like, yeah, having only scent being like, yeah, dude, that fucks with me. That aloe vera lotion you got on.
Oh,
Yeah. And you know if it's panties, it's not lotion. It's like
Oh, no, it's pussy
yeah, it's
stank.
your vagina sweat
Yeah.
and fluid and
Yeah,
that,
and, like, those don't smell good. I don't know. I think it's one of those like gross primal things, but like I don't get it.
yeah, I can understand it on a level where if someone's lonely and someone just it's that girl means so much to them, I can somewhat understand.
I don't
it.
think
But even
it's
then,
like
it's
a-
like, come on, man.
Dan,
Like,
I think you're looking at it too like innocently and sentimentally.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
I don't think it's like a I love I love Caroline so much. I want to smell her panties. It's like a me lonely, me want fuck.
Yeah.
The closest thing I got is sniffing her panties while I jerk off. Like, I think it's more of like a gross primal thing, but I don't get it.
Maybe it's the pheromones.
Yeah, I assume that's what like the scientific explanation is.
Yeah.
But
Most likely.
But from just like a human level, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you guys want to move on to the next topic?
Yeah, dude, I'm down.
All right. So,
Hit us with it.
troubles in the Appleverse.
Ooh, I hate Apple. Sick.
Did you hear about their Christmas sales are way, way, way below what they projected?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
And the
I didn't know that.
XR is bombing.
Well,
And-
that's no surprise. I don't think I met a single person excited for the XR.
I don't know anyone who's bought it, to be honest.
Neither do I.
I mean, like, I think their whole business model is, like, I mean, it works for rich people, but for, like, the common person, like, it makes no sense. Like, Max, you can attest to this, you have an iPhone 5.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to get the new iPhone. And I feel like their, like, mentality is like, oh, everyone's want to get the new iPhone. It's like, yeah, everyone wants to get it, but people aren't stupid. Like, if they have a working phone, and maybe it's, like, a couple generations behind, if they have a working phone that, like, they don't need to upgrade, why would they?
I'd rather have a couple $100 more in my bank account than a new phone.
Yeah, same. And like especially if it's like oh, I have the iPhone 8, like, oh, but I want the iPhone X, but I'm not an idiot. I'm not a 4-year-old with no impulse control. I'm going to be like, okay, I have an iPhone 8. Let's wait until this is shitting the bed and then get the 10. Like, not be like, oh, here's my perfectly working phone. Toss it in a drawer and get the 10.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. Is the smartphone just kind of like perfected? Like, is the room for innovation kind of, they're starting to get the not as much return on investment?
Yeah, I can definitely see that because, like, I mean, like, the only changes in the most recent iPhones have been like
camera.
like less bezels and a bigger camera. I mean, not bigger, but like a better camera. And like for like the Galaxy, like, I love Galaxy, but they have the stupid like edge thing where it's like, oh, the screen's rounded and has a wider and has like a big different aspect ratio, and it's like, okay, that's neat, but I don't need it.
You're kind of like splitting hairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm honestly, because a couple of years ago I was trying to think like, what's the next innovation
I think it's
in the
peripherals.
smartphone? Because when what was the last big one was probably the HD camera, no?
Or like
Or
I'd say
Siri.
it's fingerprint.
Yeah,
Fingerprint is a good one.
Yeah,
But-
that's good. But now, like, that's just kind of standard, and like facial recognition is pretty standard too.
Because I was trying to think about it, because like, it's the Google phone, right? Where their thing is like they want to make it almost like a build your own phone, where you buy the phone and then you buy like the whatever attachments you want for it, and you trade
I
them
think
off.
that's the future.
Really?
Not in the way that they're going about it, but I think peripherals are the future. Like I don't remember what company it is, but I'm assuming it's like Nike or Jordan or something. They have a new shoe with like a blueprint attached, not blueprint, a Bluetooth like thing in it, and like you can like track steps with it and stuff like that. Like, I think peripherals are going to be the new future. Like maybe like a better Apple Watch, or like, I don't know, just like something around that, because like where the phone, like the iPhone is right now, like you said, there's not much room for growth. Like
Yeah, I struggle
They can make it thinner all they want, but it's gonna be the same thing.
yeah, and either
still.
way, you're gonna get a case just so you can make it like. I don't like thin phones.
No,
I don't know how you guys feel
either.
about that, because like for a couple days, I was like, oh my, I've had this case on my phone ever since I got it. I wonder what it's like, because I've never used it without the case on, and I used it without the case, and like every single time I held it, like I felt like it was gonna fall out of my hand because it was just so thin, and like I don't think that's the way to go. Like, having a paper thin phone just like sounds stupid to me.
Yeah.
Because whenever like I try and pick up my phone when I didn't have the case on, I'd accidentally touch the screen, and like I get it that people like don't want bezels on their screens because like, oh, I want the full screen experience, but like if you don't have bezels on the screen, then you're going to be accidentally touching it all the time.
Yeah, so what... Because even when I try to think of peripheral devices, it's like, you attach a better camera, you attach a Bluetooth. Like there's
I don't know. Like
I can't even really think of anything that drastically transforms the phone.
Okay, maybe peripheral isn't the right word, but I'm just thinking like connectivity in general. Like how Apple Pay is a thing, and like how you can use that to pay. Like, what if like credit cards just don't exist anymore, and you have them loaded onto your phone, and you use like the NFC on your phone to like do that shit. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like, imagine like if your phone became your wallet as well.
And then you could also say that what if your phone just became every aspect of your life? Like you were saying before with the Bluetooth shoes tracking your steps.
Yeah, just like connectivity to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I know there's another thing is there's a lot of like I don't know how to phrase this, like home management apps on the phone.
like light switches.
Yeah, like light switches or security or like
Yeah.
locks and shit like that.
Speakers.
Like what if eventually your car keys are on your phone? And it's like an NFC thing, like, oh, you put it to like a certain part on your car, you like put your phone in, and it's like, okay, this is your identification, it's your car, go. Like that's my thing, like if just eventually everything becomes like NFC chips, and then like the NFC in your phone is just like operating everything. That's what I think. I think peripheral was a bad way to phrase it, but I think peripherals will improve too. But I think definitely just connectivity to your entire life will improve.
I don't think the iPhone so much has hit a wall in innovation. It's just taking a different direction like that.
Well, I think iPhones in general have hit a wall. I mean, not iPhones, smartphones in
Apple.
general.
Yeah.
Have hit a wall.
Smartphones, yes.
Because like I said with Samsung, like the most recent innovations have been like different aspect ratios, higher quality, like higher pixel density on cameras and screens, and it's like that's good, but like I'm not gonna pay extra money for that because that's not something that I need. Whereas if like they had like a new feature, like you can use this, like I said, to like unlock your car or like use it as your car keys, like that's something that I would pay more for. Not like a bunch more, but like I could see that as like a vertical upgrade.
And like the thing is also for me with like I feel like every phone, like one of their selling points is always like we have a better camera. Like our camera is in 1080p or 1444p or whatever. I don't know how you guys feel this. I can't really tell the difference with like.
Oh, I definitely can.
I can, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just your bad eyesight.
Maybe, but like when I see something on a 4K TV, it's not a selling point for me. Like I'm not like, oh yeah, this 4K is like. Honestly, I think 4K looks weird. Like I look at a 4K TV and it almost trips me out a little bit.
I can see that. Like, you know what I like equate? Have you ever seen one of those like mirrors that like people use for like makeup where it's like it magnifies your face like a lot?
No.
Have you seen that, Dan?
Yeah.
Like we have one in my bathroom, and like one time I looked into it, and I could see like every single pore on my skin, on my face, and I was like, I look fucking disgusting. This is weird.
Yeah, like before.
I think 4K TVs are kind of like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're so used to seeing stuff in a certain quality, and then seeing it in even higher quality is like, this is too much detail.
I think the colors kind of look weird.
They look too vibrant.
Yeah, they don't look natural.
I mean, you can. That's probably just like TVs have color settings. You can definitely change that.
Maybe,
Like,
possibly.
It's probably just like they probably do that like in the stores just to be like, wow, look at this TV, look how bright it is.
Well, I'm thinking of one that I saw at a family member's house.
They probably just didn't.
That I watched on. It looked honestly like I got a headache looking at it. It was really weird.
Yeah, they probably just had the wrong color profile.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I know on my like I don't have a 4K, but like I know on every single TV I've used, you can change the color profile.
Yeah, that's fair.
But overall, 4K's never really given me problems.
But like,
But it's also not a selling point either. Like for me, it's like there's only so many times you can be like, our camera's like marginally better. Buy this new phone. Like maybe because I could see with the attachments thing where it's like, and I think that would be kind of cool. Like if your phone was almost like more personalized. Like you see like the photo nerds, like they pull out their phone and you can see like the camera attachment that makes it almost look like
you're talking like
a
permanent
high-tech
attachments?
Yeah, wasn't that the Google thing where you can like you order like a better like camera lens and you attach it?
Yeah, but I think those are things that like you put on for taking photos. Like I don't think you just leave them on because isn't it pretty hefty?
I would assume so.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cool if like they were like little small attachments that you could do.
Mm-hmm.
But Apple would never go that way. I could see Samsung doing that.
Google, I think, was gonna do that.
I could definitely see Google doing that. Like, but I'm thinking like, oh, what if like for like people that like use like their phone for business, like you could attach like a side screen where you could have like an extra window or something.
Yeah,
like that'd be cool.
Or like, you know, if you're like, you know, you're the man who enjoys adult films on his phone. Maybe there's like a little lube dispenser, Max, comes out of the bag.
The second you started talking and that face that you made, I knew you were gonna be like a porn dude.
I mean, like you could also get like a little what is it called that allows you to put your headphones in without a headphone jack?
Yeah, the adapter.
Yeah, you could have that, but with like a fleshlight.
Nice. I like that.
This Apple, Google, Samsung, are you listening? This is the future of tech.
Yeah, infuse your iPhone with sex toys.
Infuse it. Drop it in a broth.
Yeah, and just
take
join those two worlds.
Take the risk.
Yeah, join.
It will pay off.
You know what they should do? Just hook up Alexa to a sex doll. You tell it what to do. Oh. You say like, Alexa, jack me off. And then the sex doll just kind of like whirs over to you like, and then just jacks you off.
What if with like the new Bezos,
I'm all set with that one.
What if like the new Bezos like Sexts turns Amazon into a new industry?
Yeah,
like that, they become a competitor with like Adam and Eve.
Yeah, they buy out Fleshlight.
In an alternate universe.
that'd be don't say an
that
could very much happen.
This could be our world.
They went from a book selling store to like all of this. They can spread anywhere they want.
They went from a book selling store to everything to sex toys.
Sex toys are kind of like they almost are kind of like the untapped market for these big companies.
I wouldn't say it's untapped, but it's underground.
Yeah, because I feel like Apple is like too scared to be like introducing the Apple dildo. Like they don't want to.
First off, it'd be the iFucked. Excuse me.
It would be the.
I like that. The iFuck.
But like, I mean, I don't think like that's. I mean, they're a tech company. Why would they do that? Like,
well, that chick just won at one of the tech conventions. She won the tech award for a vibrator she made.
Oh, sick.
So I mean, it's definitely not because that's like they all move from like smartphone and digital media, and now they're trying to go to like robotics and AI. They're all trying to get streaming services. The next frontier, sex toys.
Dude.
That's first
like actually kind of real though.
It
yes,
is.
The first big company to dominate the vibrator market. They're gonna get a big leg up on the others.
Dude, I'm telling you, Jeffy E is gonna be influenced by this whole sexting thing. And he's gonna be like, you know what? I'm a dirty boy. Let's tap that dirty market. I want to smell you. That's to be honest. The Amazon sex. I love how Amazon is just like really like blatant like department names. So it's gonna be like the Amazon sex with the little Amazon smile.
Like I can see that happening. Maybe not exactly like that, but I can see our society as a whole moving to a more sex-oriented one. I mean, it's happening right now. I think as we move forward in the future, we get more and more liberal with our views on sex and what is taboo and what isn't. Because if you go back to the 50s, like you look at those swimsuits, they were like big one pieces.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's like a. I don't know. I think.
Well, I'll tell you this. I want to live in a world where it is okay for a man to have fleshlights in his underwear drawer.
Dude, Max, if you told me you had a fleshlight, I would not judge you. Like straight. I think it is okay.
Yeah, I think of it as just like a vibrator, honestly, just for men.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Because you're not saying like, oh, I'm lonely, I need a fake pussy to fuck. You're like, no, I want to make my masturbating experience a little better. You're saying I want to improve my my life.
The J.O. sesh.
I'm surprised you don't have one yet.
Yeah, well, you know if Max had funds, he'd get one.
No, I probably would have one if I wasn't so petrified of what would happen if my mom found it at some point.
Max, you had 3 piss bottles in your room for how long?
All right. I need to explain this to the listeners. Okay, so a couple years ago, I didn't want to go to the bathroom. I was in bed. I was naked because I sleep naked. And I was like, you know what? I gotta go piss, but I don't want to put on some boxers and go to the bathroom. I was just like, you know what? And I had a drawer in my room filled with bottles since I was a little kid. Yeah, because
why?
Because do you ever see the show Most Extreme on Animal Planet?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's about like extreme animals, and they would always like when they would talk about like, oh, this beaver, look how extreme it builds its dams. They would link it to a human builder, and there was one episode where this chick had like a whole mansion built out of plastic bottles that she had saved up. So like 6-year-old me was like, I want to do this. So I filled a drawer with like old like Propel and Gatorade bottles.
This is such a saga.
And and then 17-year-old me was like, you know what? I've got bottles that I'm not going to build this mansion.
You converted the usage?
Yeah, I'm not going to build this mansion. This is a perfect use for a 2007 Propel bottle. And I had a few piss bottles in my room. They were sealed nice. You could not smell them. They were just about half filled with piss. That's the story.
Max.
That's what it is.
But Max, like, I feel like you could hide a fleshlight very easily.
I don't know.
Dude, if kids can hide their weed, you can hide your fleshlight.
Well, Chris-Ann does clean his room.
She doesn't. No one cleans my room. My room is disgusting.
Oh.
Also, like, Max, if you
I
just,
thought
like,
she did.
dude, if you just, like, put that shit in your backpack, who the fuck would look in your backpack?
Ooh, that's a good idea. The backpack.
Or hide it behind your tree. No one looks behind your
Behind
tree.
your
Behind
tree?
my clementine tree.
Oh, clementine
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So it's official. Max is ordering a fleshlight once this recording. Recording
Or, I
session
mean,
ends.
Yeah,
you might-
the only question is, do I go for the vaginal or the oral?
Well, Max, you might not even have to buy any with your clementine tree. I mean, those fruits are pretty
Yeah.
similar to grapefruit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, great for
Possibly.
your man, but your man being you.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Max, I'd recommend you start with the pussy one. Just start orthodox, and then
Should I
Get the
once
generic
you become
one.
like a sage at like pocket pussies, that's when you upgrade to the oral.
Yeah, and like the ones where it's like the 3 holes where it has like pussy, oral, and anal all in one.
Or like you could
It's a
like
bargain.
you could like find your favorite like porn star and be like, you know what, I want her pussy, and get a
Those
special
are probably
order.
expensive.
They are.
You're gonna get a knockoff.
They've gotta
I feel like though I would definitely, maybe not for my first one because it's kind of, I feel like it's definitely more money. But dude, I want to try out those vibrating ones.
Vibrating ones?
Yeah, like they have vibrators inside them.
Does the entire thing vibrate or like specific
I
parts?
think it's like just kind of like the area where you're.
Where your pee-pee touches?
Yeah, exactly. Like your most sensitive spots.
I mean, I'd try it, but I don't think I'd ever buy one.
be. Yeah, we could be like that BuzzFeed video. It's like the BuzzFeed boys try vibrators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that really made Holden want to get one after he saw that video.
Because that
It made
guy
me want to get
that guy
one.
came in when
Yeah. They were
he, like,
selling it.
Yeah,
Did he come in with a t-shirt?
Yeah, he used it and then he came with the t-shirt. He's like, yeah, I'm repping the brand now, baby. This is me.
What if there was like a fleshlight pyramid scheme? Where like you get a
There's
fleshlight, but
definitely-
you have to like sell like 10 to like people, and they become like the people under you. that
I
sell
bet there are.
fleshlights.
I bet the world of sex toys is just filled with pyramid schemes. It seems
No,
It
no,
seems
there's
like
like-
a very
There's
pyramid
there's like
schemable
2
thing.
companies. There's like 3 companies that I feel like own the whole
Also, I
thing.
feel
That
like,
and
I
cutlery.
feel like you would like why would you like be like oh I'll get sex toys if I sell some? Okay, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
no,
Like,
that
you
definitely
just
is
buy
not
them.
a thing, yeah. You're just like, I want to order this $15 vibrator in the mail.
Dude, you know what's so funny? Every time I watch something on Hulu, like late at night, it was whenever I'd watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine or like fucking It's Always Sunny with a friend in my room, every single time the Adam and Eve commercial would come on, it's like, use code Hulu 10, Hulu 7, or Hulu 8 and get 15% off. And like, it's become so acceptable. And I love it. It's hilarious.
Well, also though, Adam and Eve, they also, I'm pretty sure they're like they have a front where it's like they're also a lingerie company. So like if your kid is watching it, you're like, oh, it's an underwear company. But like you'll never see like Fleshlight or Hitachi.
No, like
on there.
they just say like stuff to like imbue your romantic life with a little more pizzazz. Like they try their best to like jazz it up, and you're like, okay, you're talking sex toys, I get you.
But
Dude, have you ever been to for anyone, this might not really like be relatable. But have you ever been to that like little go-kart racetrack where right next to it there's an Adam and Eve?
No,
Have you been, Dan?
No.
I think it's in Seekonk or like Swansea or something.
I've been to the go-kart track, but I have not noticed the Adam and Eve next to
Yeah,
it.
there's like right next to this little shopping center, and like the only two things of note in there are like a frozen yogurt place and an Adam and Eve. And so my grandma would take me there.
Sounds like a nice day,
Not to
actually.
the Adam and Eve.
yeah,
but
nice day with grandma.
Yeah, you
Put
gotta
an Adam
drive
and
some
Eve.
go-karts, get some froyo.
They got some
and-
panties for
Pick up a
Bubby.
Hitachi.
And then get some lingerie, yeah.
Dude, oh my god, have you guys ever been on baddragon.com?
No, I don't.
Max,
know what
you'd
that
love
is.
it. It's hilarious. it's like me and one of my friends were on it like at school, and it was so fucking hilarious.
What is it?
It's a dildo company,
Okay.
but they sell like monster dildos. Like they have tentacle ones, they have horse ones, they have like ones that are like just like throbbing biceps but penises.
I love it. I love it already. I'm
No,
so
but the best part is they have different sizes, and the way they show how big it is, they show it next to a can.
Oh man.
And so like you'll see like a horse one, and it's like 3 cans
Just
tall.
like a
Oh
soup
my-
can? Just like a can
no,
of
like
soup
a can of soda,
Oh, okay.
and it's so hilarious.
Like, is it that thick? Is it like can
Yeah,
thickness?
like
Oh my
Wow.
god.
there are some that are like rainbow colored, and it's like oh, how to what color can you get? Most people can only get the blue. Can you make way to orange?
I like a few years ago I saw one where it was like the Avengers set. And it was like each one was different themes. Like the Hulk one was like just this massive like veiny cock. And then
I
the
want to see
Iron
the
Man
Hulk one and
the Iron Man one was
one.
like a vibrator.
Yeah.
It was totally like personalized to that Avenger.
They
Like,
gotta get the Thanos one out now.
You snap and it just dissolves.
It's got like ridges all over it.
Yeah, like the
purple.
ridges on his
Yeah.
chin.
Maybe it's just his face at the end of it.
Or what if you have to, like
It has
it
a
just
Josh Brolin
comes
soundbox in it.
Yeah.
What if it just comes with like it's a standard vibrator, but then you have to like buy each crystal for it that like improves it
the
in some
Infinity
way?
Stones.
Yeah.
And then when it has like a feature where it comes, but it just like it shoots like confetti that dissolves in the air, like into dust. We
Yeah.
always get to sex.
No, we haven't done it. I don't think in any of the other episodes.
Well, I'm just saying us as people.
Yeah.
Like whenever we hang out.
Yeah, and we're not done either because
No, we are not done.
at the end of the episode we have
More sex.
PG boys.
yeah. Stay tuned
More
for that.
porn.
The only hint, PG.
All right. So I guess that covers the Apple topic.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be Apple.
Apple sex toys, definitely the future.
I mean, we started with Apple.
Yeah, we. It was a logical segue. The Apple sex toy.
Yeah,
Yep.
call it logic. Call it what you will.
All right. Before we get to our
PG
our
boys.
final topic of the day, I just wanted to bring attention to a story that that I feel like hits every little piece of me. Like it just like I hear it and I'm like, this is a story that just touches every aspect of my
Ooh, do
personality.
tell.
So, if you haven't heard this story, I'll explain it to you. There was a middle school teacher who, for a science class, decided to show the children a live feeding where they took a puppy and they placed it into the tank of a snapping
I heard of
turtle.
this, yeah.
The puppy splashed around for a couple seconds and then was quickly eaten by a snapping turtle in front of a bunch of 12-year-old children. And he obviously
Didn't he
had
not get charged? Wasn't that the recent news?
there was a lot of people saying he should be fired or suspended or get charged for animal cruelty. He went to court and he got off.
Yeah.
He is not
Wow.
not guilty for animal cruelty.
Yeah, but he is.
Legally, he may not.
According to him, the puppy was sick. So he was
Yeah.
putting it out humanely by feeding it to a snapping
That's not
turtle.
humane.
No. Putting it out humanely is euthanizing it, and then I mean, he's a cock, so he probably would have fed the corpse to the snapping turtle, but still.
Well, how many opportunities do you get to just be like, hey, kids, I'm going to show you an alligator snapping turtle feeding right in front of you.
Well,
Why
you
do you
can
need
you
to
buy
show them
pinkies
that?
at the pet store.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
so much
frozen
cooler
mice.
as a dog, though.
A live dog.
Wait, you're defending him? This is the hill you're gonna die on. Because boy, you're gonna die on it.
I mean, if you want to feed
Well-
your snapping turtle a puppy in privacy, it sucks. It's stupid, but
It's animal abuse.
but
No,
don't
it's
do it.
not.
Don't do it in front of a bunch of kids.
Yeah, that's probably
way
where-
too far.
Wait,
That's-
Max, you're
that's-
saying it's not animal abuse?
That's probably where I draw the line is showing like taking one of the cutest animals, and if it is sickly, that's almost worse because you're showing like a disease.
How old were these kids, by the way? Was it like
Middle
8th
school.
grade?
Middle school.
Ugh.
Where you're taking like a diseased, cute animal and watching it get eaten in front of like a bunch of kids. So maybe that's kind of where the line is. But is it really that different from like in Jurassic Park when they like put the live goat in the T-Rex fence and he eats it? Like
Yeah, Jurassic Park is a movie.
okay, but it's
And that's a T-Rex.
And it's also like, I don't know. Puppies have a special place in the human brain.
yeah. I'm just saying it's not animal cruelty to feed an animal its natural food.
You
It's
can't
not.
tell me that a snapping turtle's natural diet is puppy.
Last time I checked,
A little beagle puppy doesn't wander into the swamp of a snapping turtle, and the snapping turtle's like, "Oh, another puppy. This is my 18th
I'm
this
pretty.
week."
I'm pretty sure snapping turtles mostly just eat fish.
Yeah, I'd understand. I'd understand if he was like, "All right, here's like a fat sunfish, and we can watch the snapping turtle eat
Or
fish."
even just a goldfish. Like, why don't you use a goldfish? That's what everyone else uses.
yeah,
to feed
like
snapping
that
turtles.
makes sense to me. But like a live ass puppy, that's fucked up. I can't believe you're like not saying that's animal abuse, man.
It's not. He's feeding an animal to a natural predator.
Not a natural predator. Not in the slightest.
And now, what I want to know is how much of the puppy did the snapping turtle
I'm
eat?
assuming. The
Yeah,
whole
probably
thing.
the whole thing.
Well, how big was this puppy?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm assuming it was a big ass snapping turtle if it ate a puppy, right?
Alligator or common?
He said alligator, right?
I just assumed alligator.
Yeah.
If it was eating
I would
a
have
puppy.
to assume it's an alligator. Like, yeah, because like common snapping turtles, like they aren't that big. Like I don't think. I feel like if a common snapping turtle saw like a puppy, it wouldn't go after it.
It wouldn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
But like,
what do you do? Snap off the legs first?
but like, here's the thing, right? So if you had a tiger fence at a zoo, and you put like, or let's say a lion, and you put like a zebra in the fence for the lions to hunt, that's not animal abuse. It sucks for the zebra, but like, you're feeding it, and like that's kind of what it's meant. Like many zebras die that way.
No, they don't feed lions at zoos that way.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they just wanted to like be like, oh, this is how, and they do it on nature shows.
Right.
They're like, oh, let's.
Well, nature shows are fucked up because they
they
set up situations that like make it.
Yeah, you know
dramatic.
they like So a lot of times they like literally like capture a zebra.
Yeah,
and
like,
will like
hurt it so, like,
yeah, and
it
they'll
can't
like
run.
they'll like knock out its knees with like a bat. So that it's
Oh
like
my
it's
Lord.
like writhing
Yeah.
on the ground.
Yeah, like
and
I've read up on this. It's
yeah,
really
and they'll wait
fucked
for the
up.
lion to come and kill it,
Yeah,
so they can get the
Lord.
kill shot.
Yeah, and you're saying that's not fucked up?
That's a little fucked up because it's like you're hobbling it.
You're torturing
Yeah,
it.
you're making it suffer by like laying there waiting for it to die. But if you're just like, here's a lion fence and you just throw in a gazelle and you let the lion kind of hunt it, I think that's fine.
No, because here's the thing.
And you even said you could feed it a pinky. You're doing the same thing to a mouse that you're doing to
A
the
mouse
dog.
isn't a puppy. People have sentimental like connections.
Well, that's what I'm
with
saying.
dogs.
Showing a puppy getting eaten to kids is probably over the line. But in general, feeding an animal to a larger animal for a demonstration is not animal abuse.
But here's like my thing, like that's not a dog's natural habitat. Like it's not like they did not give the dog a fighting chance at all. Same with the zebra. Like I'm not
Last time
arguing.
I checked, I don't keep my dog in a fish tank.
Yeah. Like
I'm sorry. I find that so funny that they put the dog in the fish tank in
so
front of the
fucked up, because
in front of the kids.
because I'm visualizing it, like the poor dog, like you said it was sick, so it's like trying to doggy paddle and it just fucking sinks.
One thing that keeps popping into my mind is that must not have been a clean fight.
Oh,
That
no,
there must
way.
have been chunks of flesh
Yes.
and fur all over
Well,
that.
now you can see it with the red water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picture like the guy being like, yeah, this is a good idea to show the kids a puppy.
How would you go through with
Like,
that?
how did he bring it to school?
I would have fired him if I was. I would have fired him.
Well, apparently, many, like, when it happened, a lot of kids and parents all came out and were like, this dude is a fantastic teacher.
Yeah.
We stand by him. And there were a lot more people who defended him than were outraged.
Dude,
it seems like.
I don't care how good of a teacher you are. Like, there's got to be something fucked up in your brain when you go to Petco and you're like, oh, look at this cute puppy.
You know what's messed up?
Wait, let me go through
the
this.
puppy was not from Petco.
Where was it from?
The puppy was given to his son by a friend.
Oh my god.
So was this puppy like chronically sick?
I don't know.
That's even worse.
No one can really confirm
I'm
it.
gonna walk through a theoretical situation of how the fuck he came to this idea. So he walks home and sees his son playing with the little puppy, and he's like, oh, Jimbo, where'd you get this dog? Oh, Tim Tom gave it to me.
Poppin' Jimbo.
Yeah, what's poppin', Jimbo? Where'd you get this dog? Oh, Tim Tom gave it to me. The dog's got cerebral palsy or something. I don't fucking know. It's not gonna live that long. He's like, what can I do with the last 2 weeks of this dog's life? I know. And he looks over at his turtle tank. Well, Hubert over there needs some food. He's looking hungry. I'll make a demonstration out of this.
Also,
I'll bring Hubert to school. I'll bring little cerebral palsy dog to school, and I'll have him battle it out. It'll be like Fortnite. The kids will love it. Battle Royale. Like, what the fuck is going through his head?
I honestly can't picture any one of my teachers even being able to bring a snapping turtle to school.
Also,
I can see Saunders doing it.
what is the educational value from that?
A lot.
I
What?
know.
If you were
Watching a turtle maim a puppy.
if you were in
Max, what do you
biology,
gain from that?
if you were in biology class, wouldn't it have been cool if at one point a teacher brought in like a python and was like, here's the python killing a rabbit.
Okay, yes, cool, but
That
why is that necessary?
It's practical learning.
Also,
Max, you can't see the mechanics of the python's digestive system.
No, but you can see how it
Max,
kills.
You don't need that in a bio class. I've taken bio in college and in high school, and you don't need
yeah, but
that
it
in a bio
enriches
class.
your mind outside of the school.
I'll meet you guys at a middle point with this argument where I half agree with both of you. I'm definitely leaning a little bit more towards Jonah right now, but
Because I'm not the one laughing at puppy death.
I'm definitely in the middle where there is an educational benefit if he used the right kind of prey. If he used a fish from a freshwater
I'm with
local
you there.
pond,
I'm with
and
you there.
we watched a snapping turtle eat that would have some educational value. But I cannot see any scenario in which a snapping turtle would be eating any land
Because
animal
like that,
for
okay, like
because they spend their entire lives in the water.
I picture I think it's funnier if we use like a different animal as an analogy. Like if he had a crocodile and he's like, you know what? I could feed this crocodile like wildebeest, but I'm gonna feed it a puppy. Like I gotta get rid of this sick puppy anyway. Let's just make it part of the demonstration.
no, it's like feeding like a baby horse to a crocodile. Like it's like the same thing. Like why? Like that's fucked up. Like Dan, I'm totally with you there. Like if you had like a fish or something, I could be like, okay, we're gonna like, because how can you justify the puppy? I can see if you had like a fish. Max, shut the fuck up.
Like the puppy's just too extreme.
Yeah,
because it's opportunistic. He's like, I gotta get rid of a puppy. I gotta feed this turtle. Let's kill two birds with one stone.
Let's kill.
Actually, it's feed two birds with one scone. Excuse you.
Yeah.
But like, I can see like if it was like, okay, let's feed him some guppies, and we can see the snapping turtle hunt. We can see the predator-prey relationships like in action. We can watch an ecosystem work its way out.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, hey, want to see some blood?
Yeah, the puppy thing.
My puppy show.
The puppy thing. When I think of it, it's just kind of depressing and sad.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, what do you gain from that you can't gain from such a more like just normal interaction?
Animal.
Yeah. Like, what do you gain from puppy maiming that you can't gain from a fish being eaten? And, like, I know, like, you can say, like, oh, they're both animals. Like, puppies are more valuable
And
to me.
as fucked up as this whole situation is, I wish I had a teacher that owned a snapping turtle and brought them into class.
That's what I'm saying. We should be glorifying this man for being like, hey, I want to show you.
Excuse me?
I want to show you a real life predator and how it feeds. I'm like I said before, if I had a teacher bring in a reticulated python and was like, here, this is it eating a rabbit. Watch how it strikes and how quickly it constricts it. That would have been awesome. I feel like all
No.
teachers should be doing that.
Did he have to have the students sign a waiver?
Definitely not.
No,
No
he
way.
probably just wheeled in the tank. Was like, hey,
Absolutely.
if any of you are weak ass pussies, head out.
Yeah, I feel like that would not fly in our modern educational system.
Yeah, it didn't.
Well,
But like,
honestly,
okay, maybe not rabbit,
from my
but, like,
point of view, I think watching a snapping turtle eat a puppy, it grosses me out way less than dissecting a frog. Or,
are you serious?
Or like dissecting a sheep's brain. Like,
no,
that is
because
so much
when
grosser.
he's eating the puppy, you're watching the puppy get dissected, but in a brutal way.
Yeah,
by
and
a-
there's
No, because
blood
I
everywhere.
can't be like playing with a sheep's brain. Like I can't do that.
Have you ever dissected?
No.
Then exactly.
No, I
It's
can't
not
even
as bad
imagine.
as
I-
you
Yeah,
think.
it's so not like me and Dan were lab partners in our dissections in like anatomy. Like it's not bad at all.
I couldn't do. I could not bring myself to
you
do
don't
it.
like you really don't think about like how it was like part of an animal once. Like we dissected brains,
Yeah.
hearts, eyes.
Yeah.
Let me tell you-
It wasn't that bad.
Let me tell you that dissecting comes nowhere near to watching a puppy get ripped to shreds.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Because
co-sign that statement real quick.
You know the puppy can't fit inside the snapping turtle's mouth with one gulp. It's gonna be ripping and shredding with its beak.
Yeah, Max. Also the shit that you dissect is like preserved and it's like rubbery and there's no blood.
This
the
puppy's probably yelping.
This
It's
pup. I doubt he drained the puppy beforehand. So there's gonna be some blood squirting. There's gonna be bone. You're gonna hear bones being crunched by the snapping turtle.
that tank is definitely just dark red after that.
Yeah.
with like maybe a puppy head floating in it. Like,
And you're saying
is that the thing you want to show middle school students?
and you're
That's what I'm
saying that
showing the middle school students that's where I draw the line. Like being like, hey, 11-year-olds, let's watch this. But if it was high school, I would have been like, hell yeah, dude, that's what you're supposed to do.
No.
You feed it fish, not a puppy.
You feed it what it was meant to eat.
Yeah, what do you gain out of that you can't gain from a much more tame situation?
It's entertaining in a very sadistic kind of way.
It's entertaining if you're Max,
Yeah.
or like if you're a school shooter in training.
Max likes the most just
Yeah,
raunchy
talking about Mr. Snake
humor.
blowjob over
But
here.
imagine if it was like, all right, so dogs often eat rabbits. That's kind of like their natural food. A lot of people think that rabbits are cute and cuddly, and it's fucked up to watch that. But you can be like, oh yeah, it's natural prey. You're watching the dog kill the rabbit.
But also, like, you really shouldn't be showing that to a bio class.
But a puppy is not a snapping turtle's natural prey, Max.
And also, like, you...
Well,
like,
obviously it can eat it.
Like, I could understand...
it won't ever, though.
That puppy's pretty damn eaten.
No,
In its natural habitat, a snapping turtle isn't going to go into someone's
snapping
backyard
turtles
and eat a
live
puppy.
No.
on the bottom
dude.
of bodies of water. Dogs do not go down to the bottom of the
No.
water. And
No, snapping
piss off
turtles
snapping
go
turtles.
on the... They go on the
Banks
banks.
all the... I'm telling you.
Not alligators.
At my uncle's pond, he lives in Maine, there are a few snapping turtles there who could easily eat his dog. And I've seen them come near the dock when they smell blood and, like, hunt out prey.
Well,
Like,
you're also talking about common snapping turtles. I know that common snapping turtles leave the water much more than alligator snapping
well,
turtles.
this also... I think this might have been a common snapping turtle.
I feel like
that
a
he fed
common
the puppy
snapping
to.
turtle couldn't eat a puppy.
Dude,
A
they're
big enough one might.
Yeah.
If it
I've
was-
seen some massive
Well, how
ones.
young was this puppy?
I don't know.
It was a
I
puppy.
have no idea.
Because, okay, but, like, again... Okay, I like your example with the python, because that's... Or, like, whatever you said, snake. Because that's, like, a lot cleaner. Like,
Yeah,
there's
'cause
not
the
a
snake
lot
will
of
just swallow
blood.
it
Like,
whole.
they just swallows it whole. That's a very good thing to show people. But, like, I would not... Like, I wouldn't find it acceptable if a bio teacher had a dog eat a rabbit either. Like, that's fucked
That's
up.
bloody. That's you can see everything happen in front of you.
I feel like...
I think that's fine.
I don't. I really
If it was
don't.
high school kids, I would be totally okay with it.
Okay, you would, but like me as a human, like who's normal, would.
That is normal.
All right.
You see it all the time. Every nature show you see is like a lion ripping up a wildebeest.
A nature show, that's TV.
Yeah,
Seeing
and
it
now
in
you're-
front of you is very different.
Yeah,
things.
if he's like, oh yeah, anyone who doesn't want to see this, you don't have to be here. You can sit outside. But like, I want to give you a live demonstration of predator and prey.
And let me clarify.
That's not necessary. Again, you could watch a nature show and get the same thing.
No, it's so much cooler in person.
Okay, cooler, but educational value.
That's some of the value comes from that. Like, have you
comes
seen
from the coolness?
Yeah. Have you seen when you see a reticulated python go after a rabbit? It is so jarring and like blood pumping to see how quickly it goes from like sniffing it to see what it is, and then in literally a split second it's wrapped around it and you literally hear like the muscle like snap.
And those snakes, reticulated pythons, they don't move around much unless they're hunting food.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And seeing this like sluggish snake that you wouldn't expect to move very fast just like launch into action.
Okay, I get the thing with like pythons, but like my thing is the bloodiness. Like, it's so unnecessary. And there are much more simple, bloody, like, less bloody solutions that you could have shown. Like even a python eating a rabbit, like,
Max.
I'm assuming it swallows it whole, right?
Yeah,
yeah, that's fine. Like, that's cool, and then you can see it go through the snake. That's sick as hell. That, like, I'm totally fine with that. But, like, seeing an animal be dismantled in front of you.
You're saying
while alive, by the way.
Yeah.
You're saying you would be comfortable with seeing, let's say, Buddy, the dog we're sitting with.
Okay,
right now.
well now you're making it personal.
Max, it's the same animal.
No, this is a dog that like I know.
Okay, we go down to the animal shelter. We go, Max, one of these dogs getting fed to a python. You pick. You'd be fine with that?
Also, I feel like a python would have a hard time eating a dog.
I don't think so. They stretch a lot.
No. Pythons in their natural habitat eat boars and stuff.
Yeah, but dogs are like, they have, like, even sometimes pythons can have a hard time. Like, they can get crippled by rabbits even. Like, if the rabbit...
It depends on the size.
If the reticulateds can.
I'm thinking of reticulated.
Yeah, they're the longest snake in the world.
Yeah.
And they can get, like, debilitated by rabbits who, like, bite them when the reticulateds try to feed on them. That could easily happen with a dog.
That is not part of the argument, also. Like, I'm
just saying.
I'm talking about fucked upness.
Yeah, we're talking about blood and gore.
Okay.
I would never pick the dog because I would never want to. I wouldn't want to risk the dog hurting the snake. Honestly.
Okay, fuck you. Okay.
Honestly, if I have a goddamn reticulated python, I'm not letting any dogs near that thing.
I'm gonna change the situation.
Because you're a reptile guy, but yeah.
I'm gonna say, Max, you know what? We're gonna sneak into the zoo after hours and feed a lion a dog. You choose the dog. You'd be fine with that? You'd be fine with watching a dog run away from a lion and then getting torn to shreds while alive?
Go over to the animal shelter and say, you can feed the lion one of these dogs. You would be fine with choosing one and throwing it into the enclosure.
And watching it being torn to shreds while living and blood spurting everywhere.
Watching it yelp and cry as it slowly gets ripped to pieces.
I don't understand how you're choosing this hill of all hills to die on.
It's a little messed up, but like there are videos all over YouTube of like where they send it's like the reptile educational channels where they send the Komodo dragon into the chicken coop and it like chases them around and it's like and just like eats a whole chicken.
Those are chicken.
Chickens are cute.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's a little fucked up, but like
not as bad as the puppy.
Yeah, dog. Like I care about a dog a lot more than I care about a chicken. I'm sorry, Chris, but like, dude, I don't understand how you're. I don't understand how you choosing this hill to die on.
I understand to a point, but I don't understand.
Like I get that my I feel like Dan is the most moderate stance here, but like. You are so far.
I wouldn't want to feed my dog or like your dog or Dan's dog.
I wouldn't want to feed any dog.
Okay,
Max.
yeah. The deciding factor isn't who owns the dog. It's the fact that it is a living dog who will be torn to shreds, blood spurting everywhere.
It's not like a snake eating it, Max. It's like you getting a dog and getting a knife and just cutting it into pieces in front of someone.
Yeah, pretty much. Or just like taking a dog by the leg and karate chopping its leg off.
Yeah.
And then munching on it. Like it's a bloody mess.
It's
yeah,
not,
but
and
like
you're fine
what
with
if what if
not PG?
I'm gonna hate the situation you're gonna bring up.
No, what if would you say it's fucked up for me to feed a wildebeest to an alligator? That's bloody. It's just because you're more attached to dogs than wildebeest.
I never denied that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not fucked up. Maybe it's hard for you, but like that's not wrong. It's not animal cruelty.
Crocs also eat wildebeest in the wild. They were designed to eat wildebeest.
Yeah.
Snappers were not designed to eat puppies. They were designed to eat fish and occasionally frogs.
Also, like...
But don't snappers, like, when bigger animals... Like, in the Amazon, when bigger animals, like, fall into the river, they eat them.
Snapping turtles?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like a horde.
No, crocodiles do that. Snappers do not do that.
Snappers don't eat, like, a tapir?
No. First of all, tapir are huge. Even jaguars have trouble bringing them down.
Also, Max, you're not gonna... I don't understand why you're arguing with me or why I'm arguing with you. We're pretty set in our stances.
Well, because it's not animal cruelty.
Right.
Maybe it's hard to do, and it makes you feel a little bad, but it's not animal cruelty.
How is it not?
It's not. You're feeding a prey animal to a predator animal.
Here's where I have to intervene, and it's not animal cruelty. Because, I mean, first of all, the court of law decided it's not animal cruelty. So that right there should already tell you.
Okay, lawfully it's not. Ethically, it is.
It's not.
The dog, if the dog was sick like he said it was, I can see it being at least somewhat justifiable for him to have fed a puppy to a snake or something, or even a snapper.
You put it down.
But putting it down would have been morally...
That to me is a little where because it's his son's dog. That to me is fucked. Like my brother recently had a lizard that passed away. If I tried to feed it to a hawk, I would feel so fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that dude's probably a psycho.
Also,
like if he could go home, take his kid's dog, bring it to school and feed it to a turtle, like you're not okay in the head.
I think the biggest thing we have to think about is how sick was this dog, because if the dog was like unconscious or something, it would help a little bit. Not a lot. Because
Max said that it struggled for a bit.
Yeah, it swam.
Yeah.
It did like 3 paddles and then just got...
Like, I'm assuming like it was probably terminally ill, but like, still, you put it down.
Yeah, that dog did not go down peacefully.
Okay, my dog, Maggie, was recently put down. Mm-hmm. You're saying it would have been fine. Oh, she's dying anyway.
No, I'm saying
toss her to the rocks.
That's a point that I would feel fucked up if I was like, here, Max, here's like my dog, you put it down. I would never feed it to something. I would feel fucked up.
And
because I have like an emotional attachment to that dog.
That teacher's son probably had an emotional attachment.
That's what I'm saying.
That
that's a fucked up aspect of it.
I don't understand your stance on this issue.
All right, I'll sum it up.
Either.
The fact that it was a personal family dog and that he decided to feed it is fucked up. And the fact that he showed it to middle schoolers is
even more fucked up.
But everything else, I think, is fine.
Okay, so I'm going to propose a situation to you. Imagine he's driving down the road and he finds a sick dog on the side of the road that it's just a stray dog. You're saying if he went home and dropped it in his turtle tank and just let the turtle go to town on this poor sick dog, he'd be fine with that. Just did it in the privacy of his own home with a random ass dog.
I'd feel a little bad if it were me, but I think it's fine.
Can we move on?
Yeah. Let's just get this clear. Max is
not a representative of Podcast Paradise.
Hey, this is my podcast, motherfucker.
All right.
Not a representative of my...
Let's just say we're all entitled to our opinions. And leave it at that. And let's move on to the next subject next.
All right, yeah,
much more lighthearted.
Yeah, way more lighthearted. So,
PG.
Jonah, do you want to set this up? Because you had mentioned last episode...
Yeah, I sort of
you floated out the possibility.
Yeah. I floated this idea, which I very much am happy that we did. Recently, I mean, and I think it was the one that we did with Dan. I think so. I mentioned how when I'm watching porn, sometimes ads will pop up of like, oh, try this free porn game. And so we did something similar to that. We didn't do that entirely because we tried to do that and they asked for our credit card information and we were like, funk off, buddy. So instead we went to porngames.com, I believe it was, and we found a game. This wonderful game called Milfy City where you played as your own avatar character who we named Bupo for wonderful reasons.
Inside
the
joke.
The sexiest name.
Yeah. Bupo. And what we did is there were 3 paths that you could go through to fuck 3 different
I feel
girls.
like we should lay this out there that we as a group picked characters.
Oh, I was about to get into that.
Okay.
So,
it was very much a let's play.
Yeah, pretty much. we got together. There were about 5 of us, I believe.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, it was the 3 of us and Corey and Quentin. we got together and we sat in Dan's basement. We played it on his Xbox on like the Microsoft Edge browser.
Great browser.
And we acted out every single line of the thing.
For 3 hours.
For 3 hours until like 4 a.m. It was a saga. I played the main character, Bupo. Max, who did you play?
I was the MILF, Linda.
And Dan, who were you?
I was the teenage gamer girl, Sarah.
Wonderful. So we acted out for 3 hours, like to a point where my voice was hurting and Max got hard. We acted out this porn game, and it was such an experience. My God.
So yeah, finally getting to play one of these like actual porn video games is an experience I'm glad I had.
I mean, like, it wasn't really a video game as much as a visual novel, but like...
Yeah, in the version we played, there really wasn't much choice.
Yeah, I mean, you did some research on it, so why don't you...
Yeah, apparently we had only played a demo of some sort.
Well, that's what they said before we played it.
Yeah, and on the full game, there's much more choice, but ours ended after a certain point. We really didn't get much room for decision-making,
No.
And because we were playing on the Xbox, we couldn't view the animations.
Was that the reason, or were they just...
I'm pretty sure it's just that we were on the Xbox. Because I think if we were on a PC or a Mac, we could have seen them.
Well, playthrough number 2.
Yeah,
Hardcore. Let's do a speed run.
Facts, dude. Literally, that's what we should do. We should hook up a laptop to the TV with an HDMI.
I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're making future plans. But anyways, we acted out every single scene. And boy, howdy, was it a hoot and a holler. Like, it was such a fun time. Like, I have never seen worse writing in my entire life. Like, this thing, this is a quote. That duo of pricks, Tom and Samson. Like, duo of pricks, I can't... Or there's another one. Well, I guess being a pervert has its benefits.
Yeah.
Like how we were talking about like the sex thing earlier. Like it was all just like, it was like that, but like stretched out to 4 hours.
And
I don't know what, like where this phrase comes from, but something that kept getting repeated in the game was a character would say, what was it? It was here's me blank. It was like, yeah.
It was like,
here's me
finished.
ready. Here's me ready.
Done. Like,
yeah.
because it was British. I feel like that could have been some
British people
saying.
definitely
I've
do
never
not
heard
say.
a British person say that.
Yeah.
That's my only theory for why, besides the fact that the writer was a little
Are we sure it was
incompetent.
British?
Oh yeah.
It was.
Yeah, they had some like they said trousers and I forget what else they said.
Well, it could have just been
Minge.
translated into like British English from another language.
I'm pretty sure I saw a minge in there too.
No, we inserted that.
we inserted some minges and
Okay.
plungers.
Yeah.
you know if there was a minge in there, we would have screamed.
Yes, of course.
I remember that. But, I mean, not to throw shade, but the fact that people, like, get off to this thing is just so funny to me. Because, like, the whole time, I was fucking soft as a dead fish. Like, it was just funny to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't the least bit aroused either. I could see why it's hot, but it's not real. It's not animated. It's weird.
And also just, like, it's so comically bad
Yeah.
that I feel like even if I, like, tried to be like, okay, I'm going to go into this with an erotic mindset, if I tried that, I'd just laugh at it too much.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty laughable.
Like, there's like, a whole scene where, like, this dude, he's, like, his friend, like, runs a shop, and he's, like, taking pictures for her, and he, like, spies on her, and he gets caught, and he's like, oh, shit, I got caught. Oh, what's gonna happen? And then the next day she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I overreacted to catching you snooping on me. Here's my friend, face fucker.
Yeah.
Like, that's essentially how it went. And
You
it
can
was,
also do feet stuff too.
yeah, there was like, so the creator was obviously into foot stuff because there were so many options to just like try some foot stuff, and every single time we were like, let's go the other
And
route.
there were so many. I think the most fucked up part is there were 3 molestations and
2
1
rapes.
Yeah, 2 rapes.
Yeah.
That was a
There's
little.
one where you rape someone and one where someone rapes you.
And
like,
there's like what 3 scenes of like sleep molestation.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3,
there is.
3.
There's 2 where you sleep molest people and one where you get sleep molested. And like there's one where like each time like you get into the molestation scene, like you're presented with objects, like not objects, options of how do you want to molest this girl, because we ain't just going traditional. Like obviously there's the foot stuff option. But there was one option which we went with Sarah, so we had Dan obviously had to act this out, and me and Dan had quite the performance with this one, because oh my god, my voice was so hurt after that, because Bupa was in every single scene. But me and Dan had to act out my character Bupo. We didn't act this out physically, we acted it out vocally, by the way, just so you don't get this mixed. We had to act out my character Bupo sticking his dick into the sleeping girl Sarah's mouth while she's asleep.
Can I just say that with all these molestation scenes, it like escalates. So it starts with them just snooping. It's like, oh yeah,
well, because we chose that. At
Yeah.
first, we picked like, oh, just play with her tits, and then the second time around, we're like, all right, let's go.
It's
full
just
out.
like, yeah, let's lift up the cover and look at her bra, and it's like, all right, let's touch it a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's like, do you want to play with her feet or do you want to shove your dick in her mouth?
Yeah. I think the funniest part was like later where it's like shows her waking up. She's like, huh? My mouth tastes funny. Why am I drooling? Wah wah.
Yeah, it's just not good writing.
No, it's so hilariously bad. Like, honestly, it's called Milfy City. I'd play through it just to read it because it's so fucking hilarious. It's ridiculous.
All right, and I'll say this. Speaking from I got hard during the game at one point. Not full erection, but like 5 out of 10.
Because of my wonderful voice acting.
You got a nice chub.
Yeah,
I'll say...
Described as a 5 out of 10.
I'll say this. It's almost like the Dirk Diggler's first sex scene in Boogie Nights, where it's like funny and the acting is really bad, and you watch Philip Seymour Hoffman like be like a really awkward, like flamboyant gay guy, and the acting's really bad and the scenario's silly, so you're like tee-hee, but then it starts getting to like all of a sudden it's like the tits are out, they're fucking. This is exactly what happens in the game, where you're just like, haha, look at the funny writing, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's some nice animated tit fuck in there. You know, it's just, you can't help but like for 30 seconds, you're just like, you know what? I'm enjoying it. I can't lie.
I mean, maybe I can't attest this because I was very much like reading it actively.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I was doing voices.
It's a
so,
lot
like,
harder to get aroused when you're acting.
Yeah, and I was doing like a stupid voice the whole time, like, so obviously it didn't affect me, but like, but then also like, I think the thing that gets me was the proportions on the fucking like 3D models were ridiculous. Like, besides Sarah, like the two other girls besides Sarah was like the normal looking one. They had like massive asses, tiny waists, and massive.
They were definitely just a 12-year-old's idea of a perfect woman.
Yeah,
they literally almost looked like two circles, which are the tits and the ass, with
an
like
hourglass
a head on top, and then like a small stick of the waist like, connecting them.
Like, I don't know, and also like, I couldn't get off. Like, it was too dumb.
Especially like you could like adjust because at the end of the game you make a girl character.
No, you don't. That was the game we tried at first. I asked for a credit card.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, that's not Milfy City.
Yeah.
I thought that was Milfy City.
No, that was another game where we tried where my god, those proportions were ridiculous.
Yeah, where you
medium was like
double
massive. D. Medium was like a mammoth tit.
and large was just too big.
It was literally like N cup.
Yeah.
Like they were just enormous.
2 basketballs pretty much.
Bigger.
Much bigger.
Bigger than watermelons.
Like beach balls.
Like that, it was insane.
It was, that shit was ridiculous.
I'll say this too. They did a nice job of like making it look realistic, but also not putting it in the uncanny valley to where you were like creeped out. Like it was a nice little zone they got there.
Bupo was uncanny valley.
Yeah, he was. His lips are really.
He had
weird.
frog lips.
Yeah, they. But hey, I was not looking at.
Also,
at
the main character was a straight up idiot.
Yeah, Bupo was
like that. Was another thing about
this
the
is
writing.
the biggest example of the bad writing, I think.
Was Bupo's character like this? There's this one part where like the big MILF Linda, who Max
Which is my
played.
favorite chapter, honestly.
We'll get
I
into
can't
Bob
lie.
in a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big MILF Linda like literally like makes out with him and like touches his little boy pee like through his clothes, and he's like, I wonder what that was all about. Linda has a husband, Bob, so I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused. Linda must not be sexually attracted to me. I'm just gonna go on like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Like,
it's-
Bubo, you fucking idiot. No.
She was literally molesting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's literally a line where she's like, I can't believe I went so far to try and rape him.
And then she proceeded to rape him.
Nah, it was consensual after that.
Yeah.
I love the scene with Sarah where she's in bed with Bupo and she leans over and she's like, do you like me? And he's like, yes. And then she turns away and like starts crying and hides her face and she's like, oh, I can't believe I said that. What if he doesn't like me? It's like, what the?
It's like he
Are you
just
kidding me?
did. But so I think this was probably all of our favorite scenes was the Bob scene.
That was my favorite scene.
How
Voicing Bob
do you
was
feel
fun.
about the Bob scene?
It was probably second favorite, I would say.
Okay, after this I want you to tell me your favorite, but
Oh, you know my favorite.
Explain it because I'm not sure. But so there was a scene where Bupo like looks into Linda's room and like to like spy on her and like try and like catch her naked or whatever, and he sees her getting fucked by her husband. And Dan did an amazing job voicing Bob, but Bob is this rotund old ass man with a tiny penis who can't get hard. And literally
And Linda's husband.
yeah, it's Linda's husband, and Linda's getting like she's literally like on her side lounging while like Bob is.
Oh, and
trying to rail her
I
in
feel
the
like we
ass.
should say this. The way we played the game, I think, was perfect because we went through
Yeah,
all
the
three
Linda chapter
girls.
was
we
last.
went through all three girls, and through the whole game, like through the Caroline and the Sarah chapters, they kept mentioning Bob, and we every time they said Bob, we were like, "Who the fuck is Bob?" And then we played the Linda chapter, and
The MILF
Bob
one, yeah.
was revealed.
Yeah, and
to
that's when we
us.
got the Bob reveal. And Bob again, he's this old ass rotund man with a tiny penis who can't stay hard. And while Linda's getting fucked by him, she's lounging on her side reading a book about fucking younger men. Like the situations in this game are so comical.
Funny, yeah.
I could not get hard.
This stuff does not happen in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love when it's like Bupo like hears them. He's like, "Oh, Bob and Linda must be having sex. Time to peep."
Yeah.
Like no one does that. No one is like, "Oh, let's watch this like weird, ugly old dude like fuck this MILF." Like no one.
Also, like, no one, like, goes into their friends' rooms and's like, hey, let me stick my pee-pee in your mouth real quick. Don't wake up. Keep it hush hush.
I mean, I'm sure some people do that. They're
Yeah,
just
I'm
in
sure
prison.
rapists do that, but,
Yeah.
like actual humans don't.
Also, can I just say that Bupo was incredibly attracted to Sarah and Caroline, but when it came to Linda, he was so hesitant with her. Like he
Well, I
was just
think-
like, she was like, I don't want to like her at all.
Well, because she was so rapey with him.
Yeah, I think it was, like, one, like, the... Well,
Like
also,
he was so rapey with the other
like,
two girls.
well, also, Max, he couldn't even identify the rapiness. Like, he would get, like,
Yeah.
they played a game where Linda made
Oh,
him
yeah.
sit still for a minute,
In the
proceeded
car.
to make out with him and touch his pee-pee, like I said before. And afterwards, he was like, wow, I wonder what that was all about.
Yeah,
Like, he
do you
couldn't even
think
perceive it being
he,
rapey.
Doesn't he literally say like, do you think Linda likes me?
Yeah.
Like-
And also, he's supposed to be a college student, which he looked like he was 15.
yeah. He looks like 12. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like,
Like, we all thought that he was, like, a high schooler. Like,
yeah, and the girls, like Linda was so much bigger than him.
Linda was, like a foot taller than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like an Amazonian woman.
Yeah,
Same
Linda's
thing with
like
Caroline.
Linda's
Sarah
like
was the only one that
5'10",
was,
and
like-
he's like a 5 foot like 12.
Dude, Linda's like 6'1".
Yeah, Linda she was a big woman.
But Max, describe your favorite scene.
My favorite scene, from comedic standpoint, it was the Bob scene.
Oh, this is yeah.
But yeah,
remember
I just have to say this. I cannot put a scene over the one that genuinely did arouse me slightly. And
5 out of 10.
And it was not just me. Our friend, who shall not be named, sat next to me and claimed he had a 3 out of 10 at that same moment.
Now, wait, was that the one with the prostitute, or was that
Yeah.
the one with
He's
Caroline?
good. Yeah.
It was when Caroline was like, "Bupo, I'm sorry, I freaked out. I overreacted to you snooping on me naked," which she did not overreact.
Nope, she reacted.
She underreacted, honestly. And so to make it up to Bupo, she was like, "Hey, here's my friend who's not a whore. She's not a prostitute. She's just doing me a favor
Yeah.
And that sex scene, I mean, I got a 5 out of 10 to that.
It was a face fuck.
And she was so
and
unenthusiastic
a tit fuck.
until the very end of that scene, and she was starting to like it, and then Bupo was like, all right, well, I'm going to go fuck Caroline, so screw you. And that was how that ended.
No,
Yeah.
Bupo finished.
Well, no, Bupo finished, but then she wanted to keep going.
No, she asked him, she was like, do you like me or Caroline more?
Yeah, and then we chose Caroline.
No, it automatically picks Caroline.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
you don't even get an option.
No, dude, the developer wouldn't add like a path for that.
Well, apparently in the full game, you get a lot of choices in chicks you can have sex with.
I was
Really?
looking forward to the Celia scene the entire time, and it never happened.
Well, there weren't even any actual sex scenes.
Yeah,
Well,
they really weren't.
Well, we didn't have the animations, first of all.
No, but I mean, like, no actual, like, fucking.
Yeah, that does happen, I'm pretty sure, though.
No,
Oh,
I'm
it
saying
does.
not in ours.
Yeah, in our, like, demo version.
When I saw clips from the real version, like, there's one clip of just you giving anal to this one girl. So
You guys looked up clips?
yeah,
I saw
the full
one.
version.
I saw one in my research.
In your research?
You get Celia from
It was for science.
Ah.
Yeah. It was for the podcast. That's what it was.
Yeah, for the podcast.
Anything for the podcast. But yeah, it was such an experience. Like, I don't think I can express how much fun it was. Like, to you people out there in the podcast paradise, grab your closest boys and play some Milfy City. Get together.
It's a good time. It's some laughs.
Turn the lights dim so you can't see if anyone gets a boner. And put some Milfy City on the TV. And play Linda last.
Yeah, no, Linda always goes last.
Save Linda for last. Caroline and Sarah, that's a toss-up, but save Linda for last.
And if you're playing the real version, more power to you. You'll probably have an even better time than we had.
Yeah, we got to get the real version going and report back on that one.
Yeah, next time. On the next episode of Podcast Paradise.
Yeah.
We'll get the face cam out, we'll get the capture card, we'll record it like a let's
So
play.
yeah, let's do a Let's Play of Milfy City. Why not?
Honestly, actually no, because there's so much sex in that. But I was gonna say there might even be one on YouTube, but probably
Not on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
probably
mean,
not.
yeah, like, that could go on YouTube.
No
get flagged.
way.
Dude, there's
You'll
porn
get
on
flagged.
YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
Where?
There's porn on YouTube.
Well, if you put it under education, you might
No,
get away with it.
no, it's just straight up porn.
What?
Yeah. It'll get age-gated.
No.
Max, I'm serious.
I've never seen porn on YouTube.
I've seen porn on YouTube.
Well, they have a
Like-
flagging option for a reason.
Yeah, porn is not on YouTube.
But Max, porn is on YouTube. After this podcast, let's
All
look
right.
up porn on YouTube.
Yeah, you'll have to show me around.
If porn is allowed on YouTube, I would be so down to do a let's play of Milfy City, the full version.
Dude, we'll post it on Vimeo.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, also, nah, dude.
Daily Motion.
Or
Yeah,
we can
if we're
stream
going
it.
somewhere, we're going to Daily Motion.
Or we can stream it on Twitch.
No, Twitch would not allow that.
No. They allow like the titty streamers though.
Yeah, but they don't allow like sexual gameplay.
I mean, who's gonna know?
Yeah, also that no one's gonna fucking watch it.
Yeah, who's gonna know?
Dude, they'll stream it on the Lego Boys channel.
Get them taken down.
Yeah, fuck them.
Not the worst thing that happened. That did happen.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so is that episode 6?
Yeah, that's it for me. I'm pretty satisfied.
I think
with
that
this.
was our final subject, right?
Yeah, that's it. So unless you guys have any parting words,
Shout out to Buddy for being our beagle companion on this journey that we just traveled through.
He was definitely having a dream in the middle of
Yeah,
that.
he was running.
He started twitching.
Yeah. And then I pet him on his belly. He started running.
Sometimes he does like little barks too. I was waiting for that, but he never did it.
That would have been some nice spice.
Yeah, that's nice. Let's just hope your mom never feeds him to a snapping turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, that is Podcast Paradise episode 6. See you in episode 7. Hopefully I'm thinking episode 7 might be a more NBA featured episode. I'm gonna bring on one of my friends and talk about the league a little bit, kind of get back to the show's roots from the first couple episodes. So if you're into the NBA, look forward to that. I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Later.
Bye.
Thank you for having us, Max. It's been a pleasure.
Of course.